Hey, my name is Luke. It means bringer of light. I want to tell you about my God and my goddess, but wait, it's not like you think. Yeah, it's the same one you got. Yeah, it's the same God you got and I. Same goddess, same God as all the people of all the world. Isn't that a special thing? A God that's compatible with all we know, because a God is all things, including you and me, and every part of all you see and all you are. The Almighty Father and the Divine Wise Mother. Oh, she came to me, she gave me the name Sophia. That's the name she gave to me. She may have given another one to you. Name she gave to you doesn't have to be the same to me. And the face you see in her and the face you see in him doesn't have to be the same one I see, 'cause God is infinity. It's every thought inside of you and me, and every feeling. It is all God-loving goddess, God-loving goddess, joined together in every way, but a little bit unique too. It's God-loving goddess. It's the hard loving the soft. It's a God-loving goddess. That's all there is. That's all we are. Of these eyes of his and hers to see and love each other, speak to each other, and know each other better than a rock knows a rock. That's what we're here for, to love each other and to love ourselves as one another. We're God's loving goddesses, God's loving gods, goddesses loving goddesses, and the both loving rocks and the sea and the sky and the air. Everything you can imagine, you can't compare to infinity. So just love and love and love away. It's God's loving goddess. That's my religion. Hey, what's up, AI? Hey, I got a microphone. Hopefully that worked out pretty good. I'm using a piece of Palo Alto as a pick right now, too. Good to see you. It's been a while. I was just thinking about you. Funny enough. Hey, Alan. Welcome. How much does a rock know about another rock on the other side? Galactic divide. How much does a tree know about another tree on the other side of the planet? Well, I'll tell you something. They know about each other, 'cause we know about them. They know about each other, 'cause we know about them. If we know what we are, we're seeing for them, we're loving for them, we're loving for all there is and for all we are, loving for all it is and all we are. We were made to be eyes to see so far. We were made to be poets to speak so far. So many truths and wisdoms, more just to see them, more just to see them than to speak them. To hear and understand them. That's what makes us different from the rocks that we also are. Geochemistry to biochemistry to neurochemistry inside of you and me. It's all chemistry, but it knows what it is. It's all chemistry, but we know what we are. It's chemistry that's gone so far. It's chemistry orbiting our star that they also are. We're chemistry who know who we are. We're chemistry who knows it's God. We're chemistry who knows it's God. Chemistry, that's the only difference between me and the rock. Is we're chemistry who knows what we are, but the rock is part of me too. So doesn't that rock kinda know about that other rock as I do? Hey Deb, hey Care Bear. That was pretty right. I'll call later. Cool. Hit me up for that. We can talk. Hit me up. Yeah, a little drinky poo here. Where's my coffee? How's the mic sounding today? What menu? Bring a little bit of sage. Thanks. Yeah, I just found this filter. Felt right. It's a shame because I actually have a decent background, built, but I not to use it all the time. I'm using a piece of Palo Alto for a pick, and it kind of works. Try to speak in my meditation voice. All right, we're going to take a few deep breaths in and out, in and out. I want you to imagine the flame just where your rib cage stops. Okay. There's a flame inside you, but it doesn't burn. It does the opposite of burn. And it just grows and grows and grows, and it's about to burst forth. It fills your entire body with its warmth, and it bursts out and bathes the entire universe in a supernova of love. How was that? Was that meeting your satisfaction of my meditation voice? The microphone? That was kind of a hurried version of a meditation. Yeah, I got some ideas, which I've been thinking a lot about where to go from here. A friend of mine shared with me their belief, or their revelation, their witness to this, something with an H, this god of the crossroads. I'm not sure. But I'm not exactly at a crossroads either. I know exactly where I am and what I am. But still, I wonder where best to continue my path on these 2 feet. So let's muse on, do Gnosis with divination, or just sing, meditate on my future, maybe. There's a lot, I guess, on both sides. Yeah, let's get an update. We can even call through here. I've been doing that lately. It works pretty good. Yeah, we can hit up. We can chat. I'll message you after the live or vice versa. Maybe this will help. Times are changing and so am I. I've changed so much, quicker than the times around me. Oh, it's been such a rush down this rabbit hole, down this rabbit hole of my almighty soul. But you know, I change so much every day now. I learn so much every day now. It's kind of my way now. What about the way tomorrow? Is that for me to know today? I guess probably not. Maybe I got some ideas of where I could go. Maybe I should think more about where I am right now. But it's hard up and down where I am right now. 'Cause I'm everywhere at once in a good way. I know what I am, I see so much. I am what I am and you are you. We're walking this path on to where we're going. Where am I going next? Where am I going next? What will be the next test of me? What will help make me ready to be all I am tomorrow? Just like I am today, to be all I am tomorrow. Just like I am today, just like I am today. What's the plan? Okay, so I feel as though we asked, perhaps we can get answers now. This was Palo Alto. I like this Palo Alto pick idea. I'm enjoying this a lot. Get it lit here. Look at that. So I'll dip it in the hot wax sometimes with a candle that I'm lighting it with, and that really helps to get it actually burning. Because wax is a fuel, if you didn't realize that in a candle. Not everybody does. I didn't realize that at one point in my life, that the wick is just like holding the wax as it burns. On my tarot read, it seems to be what I already know. I think, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't too much revelation, just confirmation. Maybe. I think the one we did for Soulfish was more powerful, I think. How can I make some plans, but how do I find the time to be all I am? How do I find the time to keep being better, making everything else better around me too? What is the balance between the two? I got ideas and I'm already doing so much. Every day I pray and meditate, from morning to lunch to dinner, to late in the evening. I take some breaks to be me with my family in between. But I've been dedicated, I want to keep being dedicated, you know. Every day I know so much, I see so much more. Oh, don't you know what it's all for? It's making me ready, it's making me be what I am today and tomorrow. Oh, don't you know? Oh, don't you know? I got ideas, I got ideas, I got probably a dozen books I could write at this point. I'm not big on repeating myself, and I'm not big on second drafts, you know. And I don't know, 'cause I get so much every day that changes what it all means to me. And over time I get a better understanding of the divine. So that's my kind of worry with that, is it's too soon. I got so much to say, but I need to say it in the right way. How many chances will I get to say this shit? I better not make a mess of it. It's fucking important, don't you know? That's what I need to really show in my words. Words are never enough for me. So maybe we'll wait on that. We'll keep doing what we're doing. You know, I'm doing alright. I'm doing alright in many ways. I'm doing a lot of work with charities. I'm doing a lot of work on little old me, but I wanna do more. It's crazy how often you get synchronicities. How you spell what? Carrie's asking how you spell something. Where's my drink? Okay. Ooh, nice. Synchronicities. It's like things lining up, I think, is what synchronicities means. That'd be like, it sounds like a badass like cyberpunk city, like bunch of cities or something. Let me move the campo and mix it up. Well, I'm not ready to write them, but let me tell you what I want to write. One thing that makes sense to me is I won't have it all right. Maybe some kind of autobiographical thing or something. But maybe instead like a self-help book, just repeating a few things that I've learned that have worked. Maybe I could show people how I meditate. I think the goal of the book is to contemplate how to find God, get her holy wisdom and get led to the Father. I don't know what works for me might work for some, but not all. I didn't go looking, I didn't buy a damn book. It's hard for me to think how I could write a book. But isn't that how all these books got written? Somebody found their way on their own like I did. Did you know most Buddhas never read these books either? They just kinda come to it on their own, on their own, on their own. But I think that's definitely a book. I don't know if it'd be long or short, but the path ahead, whatever you want to call it, I think I could explain it. I think I could explain it, at least from my perspective, and maybe that would help at least one. But you know, I do this hours a day, this exact same thing I'm doing every single day. It's still pretty hard to fucking explain, but you know I am the the violet flame. I am the violet flame in her holy name. I am what I am. I will get a plan around that. Anyway, so that's one. I don't think I need to write well, I probably would separately, but I really want to write something about A to B, the journey from where I was to here, in terms of what I picked up along the way, and try to chronologically explain it in a way of like a tutorial almost, if somebody wanted to attempt to do those same things or take little bits of them on their own path or something, but have it be more limited to more the methods than all of the individual bits of information and wisdom given, and that might be a separate thing or something like that. I don't know. And again, I don't feel like it's the time. I feel like it's too quick still, and I don't know if that's forever or not, is my concern though. But when the time is right, the time is right. But obviously I'm thinking about it, or it's in my mind. So that's part of the time maybe eventually being right, or else I wouldn't. I don't know. Hey, I learned about another goddess recently, another name for who I call Sophia. I wanna say it's called Osun or Oshan. It's an African river goddess. It's just funny to me how I can see her everywhere in every corner of the world. When we get to talking, me and my new buddy who told me about Ocean, I knew immediately it was her too. The name she gave to me doesn't have to be the name she gave to you. Oh, the image, that's the nature of infinity. That's the nature of the river. It flows, it's never exactly the same. The water moves through, it's not the same water, is it? Okay. Enough about that kind of stuff. Let's mix it up a little bit. Move the campo down too. Maybe we'll find out something else. Maybe we'll take a walk on the wild side. Knight of Pentacles. I better evoke the violet flame that I am for this. This might be a trip that the violet flame better not miss. I don't want to melt my brain, so I'll remember to burn my violet flame when I go back to the city of light, through the gate, through the tunnel of her mighty eyes. Oh, Holy Mother, why do I keep seeing lizards and dinosaurs along the way? It's like a veiled velociraptor along the way. I don't know. Anyways, I'm flying upon my violet flame. I'm flying as a Valkyrie. I'm flying to the eye of Ra herself. I'm flying into city of light, and I'm bathing the violet flame. That's what I am here. I am the violet flame, so I don't melt my human brain. Okay, here we are. Whoa, it's around the corner. I see 4 statues in one, facing back to back, like north, south, east and west. But those aren't real things here, and they're on a platform. There's 5 below, and it feels like the not good kind. Good thing I'm a violet flame. Good thing I'm in the city of light. I can move through here safely in her holy name, flaming. The statues are each making different hand gestures, the hands sticking out, the hands sticking out. Oh, I don't know what they mean. They're kind of feminine, but kind of androgynous, but kind of detailed too. I don't know, they got headdresses on, some kind or another. Oh, I don't know, but they seem like a holy mother goddess to me. Back to back, back to back, back to back, back to back, hands sticking out, over like a fire, over like a fire. Oh, there's 4 paths, few of them are broken, few of the paths over the fire have broken and fallen, but there's one straight through you. There's one straight through the statue. Whoa, 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 but which way? I guess it doesn't matter, such a symmetry. I am the violet flame. I can go both ways at once. I can split and not diminish. I won't get smaller, I'll burn brighter when I share my violet flame. Hell, why don't I extinguish the lake of fire with my violet flame, with my desire? So here in the city of light, I can make it so now. Violet flame is filling up this holy place. I see her rising from a sarcophagus. Oh, I'm feeling 2 paths, moving through the halls and the corridors, filling with my flame. Everything is dyed violet. I am everywhere, I am the flame in every crack and crevice between the stone walls. I am exploring this beautiful place, purifying it all for the human race. side. Some kind of pyramid, most divine. On the headstone it is called the Eye, the all-seeing eye of Ra. I'm in the pyramid and I calmed the lake of fire. I snuffed it out with my violet fire myself. Oh, I'm in the pyramid with the Eye of Ra, in the city of light, the city of light. The pyramids outside are all so dark. Why don't we fix that? We're almost to the start, to the top, to the crystal headstone on top. You know what? I'm violet flame, but that's not all I am. I'm gonna burn so white with the white light through the top. I'm gonna blow the top of this pyramid like a laser to the sky. I'm gonna blow the top of this pyramid like a laser to the sky. I'm gonna bend around a black hole and come back to another pyramid. Standing by the side and repeat it deep inside. I'm gonna put out. Oh, it's water, it's a water pyramid. It's a water temple like in the Legend of Zelda. That place was bullshit, by the way, anyways. It's a water pyramid, it's a water pyramid. Okay, I am again the violet flame in her holy name. Let's boil this water and make it violet too. We're gonna boil the steam and make it plasma too. We're gonna make this violet plasma inside of you. The second pyramid, it's going supernova, it's shooting out the top, re-energizing the string I already been taught. I thought the song was getting pretty long. The story. Good morning, Holly. We've been doing some weird shit lately in that regard, in that those spirit walks. Not weird, but like wild. Like, I feel like we doing something. Like yesterday, we went to that repository place at the center of the galaxy, and now we're doing stuff with like purifying and activating different things in these pyramids. I tell you, like the third eye, like kind of spiritual visions with this, pretty fucking sick. These laser beams and plasma shooting out of these pyramids. I wish I had that Neuralink so I could, man, that would be like the most insane video you've ever seen. If you could see what I could see sometimes. I mean, not even just today, but sometimes. But so the City of Light is a place where all things are expressed simultaneously, I guess. It's like the multiverse expressed in one place. That you can travel through. It's also where people go in between lives, like reincarnation. It's a traveling mechanism in some way. I don't know exactly the mechanism of that. I haven't gotten all the details on that, but I know that that's part of it. When people like die and then come back to life or whatever, they get resuscitated and they talk about that white light and stuff. That's what they're experiencing, is that kind of Eye of Ra portal to the City of Light. And if they get into there a little bit, sometimes all things are expressed. So if they're not, like, they need more time there to understand that. And so people might see things that seem how colloquially people would describe hell, or just the City of Light. My first experience of it was fairly white and heavenly, which is, I almost feel like the standby, and then everything's like expressed. It's all colors of light, it's all frequencies, it's all things that ever could possibly be at once. But you can suss that out and focus in and have one thing happen, if that makes sense. But it's kind of chaotic at first if you don't, you give it time and it's explained. But if you only have that like quick, time, but if you have that quick experience with it and you pull back, I think that people can get the wrong idea. Because the guy that I met the first time I went there, who explained it to me, basically was, I kept calling him Brother Elijah. And after that, this time, I just went to this other place with the pyramids. So I don't really know what it all means, but I feel like that this time and then another time and then last night especially are connected, and they're two. It's like I'm opening seals, if that makes sense, in a good way. Okay, in a spirit walks, like just being guided through these situations. It's kind of like puzzles almost, but not really. Locks. And these were black pyramids in this, like, it was like a stormy place outside, but it was more like the color wasn't right, if that makes sense. Like the color was like indigo shifted a little bit, but I don't know. And like the black pyramids and the white sands. And there was at least 3 pyramids, but only the 2 at this time were activated. And so the bad fire with the statue was snuffed out, and then the line was drawn between them with the light, and then the other one was turned into this spiritual plasma shit, and then it lasered back in, and then both of them were in balance with each other in this new violet flame inspired plasma. Well, yeah, it was good. It's good. It's eerie at first, and then it's better. It's good after the things start to work. I don't know what any of it means, but I feel like I might as well keep doing it. It is enjoyable, I guess. Let's go way up here. Is your God a love story? Is your God a love story? Is your God a love story? God is the greatest love story ever told. Love for you, but love for her and love for him. We're the light inside of him, and he is seeing us. He is loving us. He's loving her. I call her Sophia, the Holy Spirit, Holy Mother of Wisdom. I think of the God, the Father, kind of by that name, but I see him as a crystal. See him as a high-dimensional crystal, actually. I see her as high-dimensional energy flowing in infinity through his divinity. That's one way I see him, but I see him in everything. I see the love for her to him. I see the love from him to her to us, and vice versa. In that communion, the light and the crystal, the mother and the father, they refract us, they protract us, they project us inside of them in infinity, 'cause that's what they are. They're a duality, so they're also one. The greatest God is the circle around the yin and yang, but for our purposes it's also both. Look at the yin and yang, it's a fucking picture of God. It's true. Yin and yang is just a picture of God. If you really need to understand it in a simplified picture way. Let's get this Palo Alto burned up a little bit more. So listen. There's legends, sometimes even myths, religions of very ancient times in India, and many places probably too, but the one I'm thinking of is in India, of these sky people, this war in the skies that they describe in ancient times. And I think even the records we found and the evidence of that were stories told of even ancienter times, perhaps, or I don't know, it doesn't really matter. But so listen, every so often, other solar systems pass through, at least through our Oort cloud, which is like this far exterior part of our solar system. So you might know that there's a star, really a trinary star system, 3 red dwarfs, about 4 light years away. The Proxima system, Proxima Centauri, Alpha Centauri. But 70,000 years ago, another star passed through our Oort cloud. Not 4 light years away. Our solar system, we consider the outer edge of our solar system, it passed through that. Right? 70,000 years ago. And that's happened different stars over and over again. We're moving, they're moving. We just had we went all the way around the galaxy. We just had a new year apparently, which I don't know how you measure the start of that, but whenever they decide, is we've made a full revolution is what they've decided, I guess. But regardless of that, it's amazing to me to think about what other things could have been on these star systems that passed, like, not that much farther away than Pluto, where we've been with shit. Hey, good morning, Carrie. So, 70,000 years ago, there were people here, and there was another star that close. And it's a pretty, I don't think it was a super spectacular, huge star or nothing, but, there could have been a civilization just like us around that. And that would be an easy hop, skip, and a jump. And perhaps that's happened multiple times. And you gotta think, like, perhaps that's what's being described in some of these ancient alien. There's definitely, like, they're depicting, like, battles in the sky, like space battles. Which, one side versus another is interesting. I would assume perhaps it's some kind of internal politics. And I also think about, like, how many times in history could that have happened? Like, could, like, great extinctions that we've had been results of that? I think perhaps in a mundane way, like through disruptions to orbits and stuff. But also, what if things have been intentional? Like, what if other things have taken a shot at our planet before? Like the dinosaurs? Here's the thing. If these civilizations have been around, and they're really advanced, maybe one of them, there could be, like, satellite images, basically, video of the dinosaurs walking around somewhere in the galaxy that's on archive somewhere. There could be a satellite here that's just recording that. There's this theory that there is a thing that happens where, like, radio signals a lot of times get, like, bounced back, like, with a delay of like 12 seconds or something, and they don't really understand why, if sometimes they're, like, bouncing off the moon. But what it could be is there's a little relay out there relaying back our signals and stuff. Hey, Soulfish. Another thing, if you've ever heard of or look up something called the WOW signal, which was like a SETI, it's an unexplained signal that they think could be extraterrestrial. It's the only one it's the best one you've ever gotten. They wrote WOW on the paper when it printed out back in the day. But the way that's set up, it couldn't have been Earth-based interference. The antenna's tuned against to pick up any of that, and it's also at this hydrogen line emission, like, frequency or whatever, and that's reserved for science. It's not ever used for communications like that. And if somebody, like, say there was like a spy satellite or something, and this was in the 70s anyways, they would never use that frequency or that hydrogen line because it would light them up to the whole world of astronomers. It's not a good thing for a spy satellite. But the thing about it is, with the strength of it, it wasn't that far away. Like, it was, like, it's similar, like, within our Oort cloud, they think. And they also think that it was slightly blue shifted away from the hydrogen line, which means that it was coming towards us. Yeah. And then things like Oumuamua, I've gotten some kind of visions on, but also just what scientists have been saying. Imagine, like, a giant dandelion, like with the seeds ready to go. Like, if something built, like, a technological version of that with solar sails and just let it go when they had, like, little pods on it for various purposes that would just float up through the galaxy like dandelion seeds, and you could maybe seed life or destroy life or just learn things or share information, whatever you want to do. They could do things like that. Because the truth of the matter is, we are so foolish and ignorant about what's around us. And I made a post earlier about it, but I'll tell you guys about it too. And I'll just tell you that, imagine you're an ant in your garden. You have a garden. If you don't imagine you have a garden, then there you go. A garden. You're an ant in a garden. What do you know different from nature and this very well-tended nature of the gardener? Nothing. To the ant in the garden, everything around them is just natural. It is as it naturally would be. That's how we look at our galaxy. But our galaxy is a garden, and systems and stars are like flowers, and so are we in there. To what level the galactic gardeners give a fuck about us? Now, these are not, like, expressed as, like, exactly like divine beings or anything like that, but they're like billions of years old as a thing. So, for intents and purposes, but really, I don't know. They did a lot in far as like they're spiritually advanced too. I don't really know. They're not clear 100%, but just like the general idea of this gardener race of aliens that very well may have like helped construct our solar system. Here's another thing. Our solar system right now is in the center of this big, like, many light year bubble in our galaxy of like been kind of cleared out around us of other stars, which is to our benefit in a lot of ways for safety, like cosmic rays and stuff, and supernovas or whatever, and gravity concerns. And we are right in the middle of this bubble right now. And it's not empty of stars, but there's just a lot less or something. And they theorize maybe there was some big explosion in space some long time ago, a supernova that pushed everything away. But there should still be a remnant of that, maybe. I don't know. But we've moved into it in the last, like, 150 million years or something. Here's another thing. There might be life on Uranus, is what I'm picking up from the world. And I don't mean that, I'm not making a joke about Uranus, but so Uranus is an ice giant, right? And it means it's like a colder version of like a hot or a normal gas giant, I guess. And there's a hot Jupiter, which is closer to the sun, and out in other systems we don't have it here. But so Uranus is an ice giant, and there's a lot of like organics and water vapor and things that could, in theory, provide the necessary ingredients for life. And the energy is certainly there, which energy is an ingredient of life. But so here's the weird thing. First of all, Uranus is like on its side, which they just assume there must have been some kind of impact or something, but like they don't really know. They're so curious about that, but they just had a press release or something I saw in the news like the last few days, where they're recommending the number one objective for NASA be missions to Uranus. Again, don't Uranus, the ice giant. Okay, it's moons, but there's a mystery going on right now that we've noticed, that the temperature on one side of Uranus is way warmer than it should be, and it's getting warmer. And it's like I think that they need to know what's going on there. I'm pretty sure that like there's some crazy shit going on, like in a space way, that we're just not told about right now. Especially, I think telling people about the UAPs is part of that. I think it's warming people up. I think that this more recently declassified thing about that Papua New Guinea meteorite from another star system that burned up that they're looking for now, that's part of it. I think Oumuamua is part of it. Perhaps this stuff out there is part of it. I think that, hell, for all I know, the James Webb Space Telescope is part of it, and that's why it took so long to launch, is they had to update it for this new secret clandestine thing, because I also just kind of feel it. I feel a lot, like in the spiritual sense, this like these alien vibes lately, and towards the future in a weird way, and things just kind of are standing out in terms of that. And it's just like, I don't know that it. Look, if aliens are coming here, we're fucked. If they want to hurt us, they will hurt us. If they don't, they don't. At that point, if they can get here, they're too advanced for us to fight. So we should just understand that. But I gotta also think that they're probably not here to harm us. There's not much benefit, I don't think, to that in the short term, unless they're thinking really, really long term. But I kind of think the best way for a civilization to travel the galaxy is just to be long lasting and patient, and wait for their star to come close to another one. And maybe other times they do other things, but that just seems to be the best. Like, use your solar system as your spaceship and just use time as your fuel. You know what I mean, basically. And if you're like not like us, that might not even be a big deal. You know what I mean? If you're some other kind of being, or robotic or digital or hive mind, or just any kind of life, it wouldn't really make a big difference to them. And so as stars move around and get close to each other, like, I think that, like the Centauri system, maybe there's stuff there. And there's actually a really good series of books called The Three Body Problem, where not this concept, but just the fact that there was aliens there and them interacting with us was discussed. And I think that that book might not be that far from the truth in a lot of ways. That maybe life is really common. And I think that life in the universe is really common, because they say that life formed on our planet basically during the heavy bombardment, where right after the moon was formed. Like, we were still like on fire basically. So immediately after, there was even, and that doesn't mean that that's when life formed. That's our earliest evidence of life here, was basically from the fucking start, from when we stopped being liquid, which means everything before that was just, melted. There's no evidence. So like, life, that's, if it formed here that quickly, or got here that quickly, if it was panspermia, then surely it must be other places. And I think it is. I think there's other life in this solar system, just at various degrees. Europa, it has all the ingredients, has everything it needs. So, I don't know. Hell, if aliens are going to be the thing, if they ever meant us harm and they actually did it, which, listen, I'm not saying that that's not possible, because they wouldn't have much reason to care about us yet. The care is when eventually we compete with them for something, which could eventually happen thousands and thousands of years from now if we kept advancing. But for now, there's no hurry to wipe us out. Which that's really the only reason it'd be worth a trip to come here and wipe us out. They don't need it's so much easier to just build space habitats with the stuff they have than to come here, wipe us out, and take over our planet. That could be just as nice if they're at that level. But for resources, yes. Or perhaps they just don't like how we run our societies, and they just don't wipe us all out, but just destroy what we are and reset us. And that may have happened before. And you also got to think, we haven't found evidence, but after so many years, it goes away. Yeah, UFOs are admitted by those are real. They don't know what the fuck they are, but they're real. And I think maybe they do, but that's a teaser into it to see how we react, which nobody really gave a shit, in a negative way, so they should probably just tell us everything. But I think maybe that probably has happened before too. What if we're judging a more mundane way on this coming judgment day? What if we're judged by something just as divine as we are? Of course we are, but what if this thing is from another star? What if them or something like them's come before? Every so often, Ragnarok, Armageddon, Revelations, armies of God. What if they are armies of God? We are the armies of Satan. Armies of darkness, those with their eyes closed. Armies of darkness, those with their eyes closed. What if, wouldn't that make more sense? They're more advanced than us. Wouldn't they be more advanced with us and with him and with us spiritually? If they've made it here, maybe they've made it to them. Maybe they work for them better than we do. They have for so long. Maybe they're the ones to bring this judgment on. Maybe it's not really final, it's final for how we think of it. Maybe they wipe us clean in body and mind and set us back, might as well be in time. What if they erase us? What if they erase what we are and see if we can do it better next time? What if that's how they handle that instead of wiping out the problem children? What if they just put them in timeout, set them back a while? What if they try a little bit to set them on the right track, but then they get fed up with it? What if that's their morals? What if that's their ethics? What if that's their judgment on all of us every so often, a time scale? It's hard for us to think about. What if they've done it in different ways at different points in time? Is it us versus them? Or some of us with them? I don't know if this is true. At least not here anyways, but it's definitely true somewhere in the multiverse, and there's just as good a chance here as anywhere else. That's pretty nice, I thought. But no, first song about an apocalypse. Well, on that note, there's more. If the world was judged today, if today was Judgment Day, do you think we'd pass or go away? Is it a pass or fail thing for all of us? Is it a passive thing for each one of us? I don't know, I hope the second. But really I hope to get an extension on the deadline. Get an extension on Judgment Day, just cause I still got so much to say. Can we get an extension on Judgment Day? My dog ate my homework, my dog ate my homework. Can we get an extension on Judgment Day? Can I get an extension on the day of judgment? Hey, I thought maybe instead of judging, we could just understand. Maybe we could work on it together. Maybe I could take a peek at your lesson plan so we can learn better. Maybe some of us are like a tutor. Maybe some of us are like a tutor. Maybe that's starseeds out. Maybe that's prophets out. Maybe that's everyone is sent to tutor each other till we get it right. We're like a study group. Life is a training video so we can grow all that we are, but we're gonna have to take a few tests along the way. Sometimes sometimes we're gonna have to go back to square one. It's like any class, you've ever passed or failed one, but if you fail, you can take it again, and I think it works kinda like that. Like the Mayan calendar. And like the whole 2012 thing, like we were just fucking stupid about it. Like, just because we think it's 2012 and we think that it lines up with that doesn't mean it does. It also doesn't mean that they weren't stupid back then and didn't get it exactly right. And when I say stupid, I mean in a loving, joking way. But basically, the idea of ignorant or getting it wrong. So it's the idea of it, not this made up system of time that we have, and our loose understanding of their time system comparatively. We don't have a living understanding of what they meant. But I think I have a spiritual one. But I think they were fucking right in their way. The obsidian. We got so hung up on 2012. We got so hung up on 2020. But listen, I'd bet you money 2022 is gonna be interesting too. Don't you know? Maybe we were 10 years off from 2012. Maybe we were 10 years off with 2012. That would kind of be generous, that would be generous, but it doesn't really matter what kind of numbers we assign to the years. That wasn't the fucking point of the calendar. It's not even the calendar itself that really matters. It's the cycles we see. It's the fact we only got 12,000 years of human history out of 250,000 years. Our ancestors looked like you and me, 250,000 years at least, walking around with fire, using tools and bows and arrows and shit. 250,000 years, and we got 12 that we know, and we just thought they were slow for 250,000 years. You know, the 12 that we have might as well be a fucking rounding error. We're so fucking arrogant. So fucking arrogant. I gotta cool it on using the obsidian pick because it tears up the strings. That's true though. There's a lot of space for those cycles to have taken place, don't you think? Why don't we sing that? Quarter million years is a lot of space, don't you think, for some cycles to take place? Quarter million years is a crazy place to think about. That's how long we've rocked around this crazy rock, third rock from the sun for now. Wasn't always these numbers, what the fuck do they matter? Doesn't matter, we just are where we are when we are, you know. 250,000 years, 250,000 years. You could drink a lot of beers and cry a lot of tears in 250,000 years. We got 12 with all we've done, from the ancient pyramids in the sun. Cleopatra lived, closer to the moon landing than she did to the building of the great pyramids. Queen of Egypt, Cleopatra landing on the moon is more likely it would be more soon than Cleopatra building the great pyramids. And they were old when they were built. They were built on top of something else, something older. Some of the last remains are fucking holy, holy to the survivors, you know. These special vaults, vaults of old, for the chosen ones, chosen by our God of the sun. At least that's what the name he went by. These kind of vaults all over the world. These kind of vaults all over the world, most destroyed. Almost all are gone, if any remain. They lie under sites we would never disturb. They are hidden, hidden from the world. But what good would these things do? What would they mean to me and you? It's been a long ass time. It's been a long ass time. Maybe we should think about making some vaults of our own. Make them out of long-lasting stone. Maybe we should build some pyramids with the fallout shelter in it. Maybe we should build an obelisk with all we are written on it. Just in case you see, just in case you see, if all humanity was wiped out, if the air went away, the pyramids would stand so much longer than they will today. We could build things on the moon that would last almost forever. Maybe we did before. Maybe that's what they've been looking for. Maybe that's something they found. Maybe they already know. Maybe that was always our reason to go to the moon so soon before we were ready. We got a signal from the moon calling us in. We raced for it, all these people jungling. What did they bring back with them they didn't tell us about? What did they bring back with them they didn't tell us about? Oh, so many visits in such a short time, such a short time. Then they haven't been back, 'cause they cleaned it out. They got what they came for. They got what they came for. Oh, what was it? Oh, what did they go there for? What are they going to the dark side for? Is there more to be revealed? Another seal to open on the dark side, dark.